Good evening. With the Ghana Learning Channel's News in Capsule for Thursday, July 1, 2021, I am Kingsley Bryan. Here's a look at some of the top stories we will be covering this evening. We'll tell you that the President attended the Ghana Police Force church service, and that was held in honor of the force's 182nd anniversary. Also, the government was updated on the flood assessment, and the findings indicate that the flooding was severe. Minister Todd meets his Trinidad and Tobago counterpart, and the foreign ministers reaffirmed their commitment. Also, we'll tell you that Minister Sukai urged youths to take up studies, encourage youths also to take full advantage when it's provided. And Social Service Ministry launches CARE project, providing 15,000 subsidy for essential workers. In the region, we'll tell you that tropical storm watches were issued. Those conditions are possible until Friday. And internationally, EU to phase out caged animal farming, following numerous calls from various groups. And now for the news in detail. Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, His Excellency Dr. Irfan Ali, on Wednesday attended the Ghana Police Force's annual traditional drum head church service at the Police Officers' Mess Annex Eve Leary. The service was held in honor of the force's 182nd anniversary and will commence this year's celebrations. Also attending the service were Minister of Home Affairs, the Honorable Robeson Ben, Chief of Staff of the Ghana Defence Force, Brigadier Godfrey Best, Acting Police Commissioner, Mr. Nigel Hoppy, and Acting Deputy Commissioner, Mr. Calvin Brufus, among other high-ranking GPF officers. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Brigadier Retired, the Honorable Mark Phillips, and a high-level team of government ministers were on Wednesday updated on the preliminary findings of a detailed damage sectoral assessment on the recent flooding across the country. The assessment is being conducted by the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, CDEMA, in collaboration with the Ghana Civil Defense Commission, the CDC. During an interaction at the Prime Minister's office, the government officials were informed about the preliminary finding by Executive Director of CDEMA, Elizabeth Riley. The findings indicated the floods were severe. The team found that all impacted areas experienced damages to crops and livestock. They also found that livelihoods have been disrupted and that the damages have created a decrease in supply, which have substantially increased market prices. Prime Minister Phillips said that the overall report, which will be submitted to the government, will identify the impact of the floods on various sectors and will be a guide in the government recovery process. Also present during the meeting were Senior Minister within the Office of the President with responsibility for finance, the Honorable Dr. Ashni Singh, Minister of Public Works, the Honorable Juan Edgil, Minister of Natural Resources, the Honorable Vikram Bharat, Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Zulfikar Mustafa, Minister of Health, the Honorable Dr. Frank Anthony, and the Director General of the CDC, Lieutenant Colonel Kester Craig. And the Honorable Hugh Todd, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of Guyana, and Senator the Honorable Dr. Amory Brown, Minister of Foreign Affairs and CARICOM Affairs of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, met virtually on 30th of June 2021. The ministers reaffirmed the commitment of their governments to strengthening the bonds of friendship between Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago and deepening and expanding cooperation between their two countries. The ministers undertook to bolster efforts at enhancing cooperation between their countries in the areas of trade, investment, and energy through mechanisms such as the Framework Agreement on the Deepening of Bilateral Cooperation and the Memorandum of Understanding on Energy Sector Cooperation, respectively. The ministers agreed to pursue implementation of the mechanisms with a view to meeting of the High-Level Bilateral Commission, Executive Committee, and Joint Working Group within 6 months of their meeting. The ministers also agreed to continue collaboration in the Caribbean community on advancing the CARICOM Agri-Food Systems agenda, prioritizing regional food and nutrition security since Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago sit on the Special Ministerial Task Force on Food Production and Food Security, and given mutual concern about the Regional Food Import Bill. Minister Todd also took the opportunity to convey Guyana's gratitude for Trinidad and Tobago's continued support for the preservation and maintenance of Guyana's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Also, the Ghana Economic Development Trust, GEDT, on Wednesday announced that it has rebranded its science and technology startup programs to Innovate Guyana, while also launching its new website. GEDT is a U.S. and Guyana-based initiative that supports innovation in science, technology, and agriculture of researchers, thinkers, and doers in Guyana. The rebranded online platform was designed to centralize and provide access to startup support resources, including technical assistance and access to capital for successful ideas. It also demonstrates to the public that Guyana is a place where innovators live. In April 2021, GT&T collaborated with GEDT as the exclusive sponsor of the Guyana Innovation Prize. Persons are encouraged to watch the promotional video for Innovate Guyana TV at www.innovateguyana.org or subscribe to the YouTube channel for free. Episodes will be updated several times per month. More on the program can be accessed by visiting the website above. And in other news, Minister of Amerindian Affairs, the Honorable Pauline Sukai, on Wednesday, during a meeting with youths at her office, urged the youths to take up studies in areas that could benefit their respective communities. The minister met with the youths and she shared the range of scholarship opportunities available at both the University of Guyana and the Guyana School of Agriculture. She urged the interland students to apply for scholarships soonest. She told individuals to take full advantage of the scholarships, noting that the government aims to provide equal academic opportunities. Some of the students expressed gratitude for the opportunity given to hinterland communities. Third-year University of Guyana student Ms. Shondell Rodriguez said the program will be beneficial. Minister Sukai said the government will continue to ensure that hinterland students are equipped to respond to the opportunities presented. And in welcome news, according to a report from the Department of Public Information, it was noted that the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security has launched the 15,000 child care subsidy for essential workers. The project allows for a child who is 7 years old and younger and who's attending a licensed daycare or night care facility will be able to benefit from the said facility. These individuals may be sales girls in supermarkets, persons cleaning schools, and doing many other jobs which much attention is not usually paid to. The subsidy will also come in handy for persons who are working at and below minimum wages and at night need a safe place for their child or children. The $15,000 subsidy grant will be paid directly to the care facility monthly for up to 3 months per child. Applications can be accessed and submitted online, and hard copies to be filled out can be obtained at the Ministry's central and regional offices. The closing date for applications is August 9, 2021. The list of essential workers include junior ranks of the joint services, frontline health workers, domestic workers, security guards, sales clerks, and vendors. And in the world of sports, we'll tell you that Pete Russell has been appointed as Chief Executive Officer of the Hero Caribbean Premier League after serving years in the Hero CPL management team since the tournament's inception as its Chief Operating Officer. Russell will now be leading the Hero CPL team as they prepare for the 2021 tournament, which takes place in St. Kitts and Nevis from August 28 to September 19. And in news from the region, the tropical disturbance in the Atlantic, potential tropical cyclone 5, has become better organized, with tropical storm watches being issued on Wednesday evening for several islands in the Caribbean. The U.S. National Hurricane Center, in its 5 p.m. update, said tropical storm conditions are possible in portions of the Windward and the southern Leeward Islands on Friday. The Meteorological Service of Barbados has issued a tropical storm watch for Barbados and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Meteorological Service of St. Lucia has issued a tropical storm watch for St. Lucia. The government of France has issued a tropical storm watch for Martinique. Meanwhile, a tropical storm watch means that tropical storm conditions are possible within the watch area, generally within 48 hours. Interests elsewhere in the Windward Islands, Leeward Islands, the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, and Haiti should monitor the progress of this system. The National Hurricane Center says warnings and additional watches will likely be required tonight and on Friday. And that story was extracted and modified from Loop Caribbean News. And on the international scene, the European Union will work to phase out caged animal farming across the bloc after a petition calling for an end to the practice gathered more than 1 million signatures. The European Commission has outlined plans to propose legislation which would phase out and ultimately ban cages for farm animals, including rabbits, young hens, quails, ducks, and geese. The changes would be suggested by 2023 and introduced by 2027, the Commission said in a statement on Wednesday. Currently, only laying hens, broiler chickens, sows, and calves are covered by the EU's rules on caging. Campaign groups welcome the proposed changes. Eurogroup for Animals, a lobby group based in Brussels, Belgium, said the changes would affect more than 300 million farmed animals on the continent. And that story was extracted and modified from CNN. And that's our news broadcast for Thursday, July 1, 2021. Please join us for a rebroadcast tomorrow morning. On behalf of myself and technical teams, thanks for watching. Please join us for our NGSA booster programs. And also, remember to observe all the necessary precautionary methods to fight off COVID-19. We're all in this fight together. Good evening.